here's my number one message. Let me get this look. This is my number one message for you in this presentation. Too many people take their average everyday life, the typical person, I certainly don't want to put a moniker on anybody in here, and try to apply it to homesteading. They want to keep up with the Joneses. They want the latest iPhone. They want the latest laptop. They want the newest gun. They want the latest round. They want whatever that newest thing is, whether it is substantially better than the previous or not. They just want it, and they want to keep up with the Joneses. And it's my message that I think that's the problem that we see in looking at television shows and not realizing what's happening behind the scene, not realizing that there's more to the story. So here's my thing. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. It doesn't work. Don't ask how much food do I have to grow to be a homesteader. I think that's probably question number one is, I want to live all on my own, be completely self-sufficient. How much food must I grow to become self-sufficient? You're not going to find an accurate, honest answer. Nor are you going to step into a food growing system in a way that's going to be successful for you. If I just threw a random number at you and says you have to grow 1 ton of food every year per person, which is a completely random number, don't cite that, don't write it down, just what came off the top of my head. What does it mean? What do you start thinking of? Do you start thinking of, well, if I grow a ton of potatoes, those are kind of heavy crops, so maybe I can grow a ton of those? Or do you start thinking about lettuce and just how much lettuce it takes to grow a ton of food? I mean, it doesn't really mean much to you. Let me give you another question that I'd like you to think about. I want you to think about, what do you want to eat? What do you actually want to consume? What kind of food are you willing to say, if I could not go to a grocery store, if I could not go to a farmer's market, if my next door neighbor's crop completely failed, if my stores of food in my freezer and my dehydrated food and everything else completely failed, all I have is what's in my yard, what am I willing to eat day in and day out until I have another option?